What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one, I'm going to be talking about the one and only Tesla stock and help you guys better understand the price action of Tesla. I'm also going to talk about what Jerome Powell just said that could definitely affect the market and Tesla going forward. I'm also going to talk about a huge deal that Tesla's on the verge of closing that's going to be absolutely amazing, as we are almost at the final approval for the Gigafactory Berlin factory. That's going to be very bullish for Tesla's future, and I'm very excited for that. I'm also going to talk about what the man, the myth, the legend, Elon Musk has been tweeting about that makes me very excited for the future. Before I do that, before I say anything about Tesla, before I talk about where I see the share price going for tomorrow and the future, I do have to mention some very important things. First, the first thing is I'm not a financial planner, so please do not take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last things, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below and in the description. If you do sign up for Moomoo and deposit $100, you're not only going to qualify for up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500, but you're also going to have access to Moomoo's amazing trading platform that gives you access to many exchanges, such as the Hong Kong Exchange. So with that out of the way, guys, let's get on with the video. So looking at Tesla, we're down 4.61% for the day. In my previous video, I told you guys I saw a red day today, but I didn't anticipate it to be this red. I told you guys I saw Tesla closing around the $860 range. We ended up going as low as the 830s, but I was right about us being red today. So going into the future, what should you be anticipating for Tesla? Well, in order for me to answer that question, we got to look at the market real quick and also what's going on with the Fed, with Jerome Powell and Ukraine to really better understand what's going on. So looking at the SPY, it's down 0.5%. The SPY was in the red today. Now, one of the other most important things is you're going to see the IWM red and also the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ was down 1.56%, which isn't extremely significant, but it is somewhat significant considering that it's not supposed to have insane volatility. So we did see bloody red, throughout the entire market. The market took a big hit, and there are many reasons as to why this happened. Two of the biggest ones are, first off, we have the Ukraine situation. It's very capricious, and things are still escalating as I speak. I mean, it's not necessarily getting better. We are seeing a market that slowly recovers, or slowly, how should I say, reacts to things like this. So when it came to Tesla's share price, Tesla has been mapping out the NASDAQ pretty well, not perfectly, but to some large extent, it is quite correlated with the NASDAQ. So seeing the NASDAQ looking red, I did anticipate Tesla being red, and that is what happened. The market was also red because of this right here, guys. Jerome Powell is also talking about the fact that the Fed may have actually made a mistake. He actually stated that if he were to re-report his numbers from the past, inflationary data would be a little bit worse. Whether you use PCE or CPI data, it would have been worse if it was actually reported in the past with more sufficient numbers. Also, he talked about the fact that the Fed has been reacting a little bit too late, and that did kind of hurt the market. He also talked about the fact that what's going on in Ukraine, it's definitely going to cause more inflation in the United States. And because he said that, he's implying that there may be additional rate hikes to some degree. It is kind of leading to more uncertainty about what on earth the Fed is going to do. But he is quite set, or at least it appears that way, that he's set on a 25 basis point hike. So my point is, there's more uncertainty in the market. A lot of people are concerned about inflation. The market doesn't like some of the things Powell said, but for the most part, I don't see him crashing it, like I said. But like I told you, I do see corrections here and there, small drops here and there, but it's not the end of the world. Now, the current fear and greed index is at 22, very similar to yesterday. The market's pretty fearful right now. It's in a very choppy state, and that's why Tesla ended up dropping the way it did. So the entire market took a big hit, and so did Tesla. Let me close these indicators first and then talk about what happened in terms of the share price. So what happened was, if I go right over here, Tesla ran up to 886. I expected us to get rejected around the $890 level of resistance. I told you guys that yesterday, right? That is what happened. After we got the rejection, we ended up dropping, right? And then I also told you guys yesterday that I didn't think 850 would hold if we were to drop, because it did end up dipping below 850 yesterday too before coming back up. But today, what happened was we bounced off 850. We were holding pretty well for just a few hours. Then we ended up taking a hit towards the very end. Now, one of the things that happened is we got a buy signal at the very bottom of $832 from the super trend. That's an indicator that we could actually rise a little bit to the green tomorrow. Maybe when we start opening, we could rise up a little bit. So I don't expect a very red day tomorrow. I mean, I would be a little bit surprised. It's just that for the next couple of days, I still expect a little bit more red. And here's why. Looking at the 3 month chart, let me zoom into the chart. I drew an orange line. I think the orange line got moved. Oh no, it's right here. I'm sorry. Let me find it. So basically, there's a gap. I'm sorry, it's right here. So see the orange line? There's a tiny little gap right here. I'm trying to zoom in right here where my cursor is. See that tiny gap between here and here? This came out just a few days ago. I told you guys that's a very keen indicator that Tesla's going to drop a little bit. And the gap starts at around $810 a share. So that's an indicator that Tesla's going to drop to maybe 800 relatively soon. And even though gaps aren't always guaranteed, there's a very high probability that's going to happen. And I told you guys this a few days ago, and it does look like we're heading in that direction. So I wouldn't be surprised if this were to happen. So I just want to prepare you guys for that. I have not lost faith in this company, but going into tomorrow, I have to tell you something. Tomorrow doesn't mean it has to fill the gap. We don't have to fill the gap tomorrow. It could take us another week to fill it. So tomorrow, considering the fact that, let me pull this up real quick. Considering the fact that we got a buy signal from the super trend, that's actually a bullish indicator that we could actually run up a little bit, or we could end up dropping. So let me actually do this real quick. Let me look at the 2 hour, and then let me actually do some look at other indicators to really understand what's going on. What do I expect for tomorrow, right? That's probably what you guys are wondering. So going into this trend, I saw the MACD flip at the 9-day moving average. Tesla started to run up. Then we're starting to see another flip from the MACD. We're seeing a small red histogram. That's an indicator that we're about to drop. RSI is dropping to 46.2. There is some fear in the market. So going into this, it's looking like the DMI does not look very stable. It's flipping too. So it looks kind of bearish, if I'm going to be real with you. So what I would anticipate is, like I said before, in the next few trading days, it's probable we might go as low as 800 and fill the gap at 810 before running right back up. So that's what it looks like it's going to do right now. There are a lot of bearish signals, and really depends on the market, though. It depends on how the Nasdaq does. The Nasdaq does look a little bit bearish. So it is a Friday. Fridays are typically days day traders try to take money. So what I would anticipate is we're going to run up tomorrow in the beginning. We may run to the $856 range to 860s. Then we're going to drop, and then 850 is probably not going to hold. Then we're going to start dropping a little bit, trade a little bit sideways. We're going to try to hold on to 832. And because it was today was such a capricious day, it's very hard for me to predict exactly where we're going to close. I do think we're going to close to where we are right now, the 832 range. We're either going to be a little bit above it or a little bit below it, but it's really tough to tell, right, where we're going to close on Friday. Because it's a Friday, I find it a little bit more probable we're going to drop a little bit. We may see the 820s relatively soon, but next week, it seems like we may end up filling this gap. We may have to go as low as 801 last time before we start to run up. Now, I know it's sad. I'm still very bullish for the long term of Tesla. It does not scare me or faze me in any way. But remember, guys, we also have some very good pieces of news coming out too. According to Reuters, right now it has been confirmed that Tesla is on the verge of getting approved with a $5.5 billion deal for the Berlin Gigafactory. Absolutely massive news. This is huge. This is going to be insane. The reason I say that is think about how great this is going to be for Tesla. I've been talking about this for so long. Now, just because the deal is almost approved, it doesn't mean production is going to start immediately. Another source right over here is showing that many analysts are suggesting that production may take a couple of weeks. But like I said before, we're close. We're extremely close. This is what the Gigafactory looks like. It's a massive Gigafactory in Berlin. It's going to be absolutely insane. This is where they're going to produce a lot more Model Ys. I'm very excited. I'm super pumped for this. So the reason why this is bullish is when this starts production, this could actually cause Tesla to run to the upside really hard temporarily. Tesla may drop a little bit later, but then for the future, going into the next upcoming months, guys, the next year, this is going to be very bullish. very, very bullish because they're going to be producing more cars. They're perhaps going to enter more product lines because of this. They're going to improve their fundamentals, get more exposure in Europe. It's extremely bullish, extremely bullish. So if you are invested in Tesla, this is what I want you to know. There are going to be times we drop, okay? There are going to be times we fill gaps. But if you want to just long this company for the long term, and although I can't give you financial advice, I'll tell you this, the company is not dead. So if you choose to sell Tesla thinking it's a dead company, I would say that your logic does not make sense. It's not dead. This company is a monster, it's a beast, and it's getting ready to explode to the absolute moon in the future. We're just starting right now. So the last thing I want to talk about is this right here. Basically, I was looking at Elon Musk's Twitter page and I didn't see too many important or very significant tweets about Tesla, but then he stated this right here, and I just wanted to inform you guys about this. Someone from Canada asked, will a Canadian full self-driving beta comes 7 days after the score of 100? And Elon Musk responded, yeah, maybe 98. So it's giving them a lot more exposure. It's helping more Canadians actually be able to use this technology and actually test it out. And I think it's going to be really cool going into the future, guys. So, anyways, that's what I have for this one. I want to thank each and every one of you for listening. Have a fantastic rest of the day. I know Tesla may look a little bit bearish for the short term. I'm still very bullish for the long term. I've not lost any faith in this company. We're going to bounce back in the future, but just remain calm, cool, and collected, and do not let your emotions get the best of you. Never ever quit on your dreams, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Tesla to the moon, and peace out.